Hello there and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. Excuse me, I'm George, of course. Welcome on to the channel, everyone. It's been over a week, everybody, since I last did a video. That was post-match Middlesbrough thoughts. I didn't do anything for the Preston games, sorry, because I didn't see it. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to see the game, so I just thought, right, let's just don't do any previews, any obviously match reaction, because I didn't see it, so it wouldn't be fair to do that. So we're back for the Oxford United, the visit of Oxford United. They travel to Leeds and play at Elland Road on Saturday, the 21st of December. Christmas is coming, everybody. Have you got everything sorted? Let me know in the comments there below. And of course, I didn't think about this, but I'm probably wearing the wrong colour around to Leeds fans as in terms of this game is concerned. My allegiances do lie, of course, with Leeds United, but yellow is, of course, the colour that Oxford play in. So we'll get quickly into team news and my predicted lineup, and then I'm going to focus on Oxford for the majority of this preview, of course. So, team news then. Daniel Farker did his press conference this afternoon as of recording, and he has given an update on a couple of fresh injuries. Unfortunately, it was a matter of time, everybody, but unfortunately, Mr. Pascal Strauch has picked up an injury. Farker said today that the medical team at Leeds United see his chances of featuring on Saturday as a 50-50 split. I don't think in that case he should be risked. Let's be honest, Leeds should win this game at at a comfortable rate, really, shouldn't they? And I don't think risking the likes of Pascal Strauch if he's not fully fit with the festive calendar coming up, of course, we don't really need to risk too much, too much of his involvement in this game. Also, Max Vober, I think Fark said it was a race for him to be fit for Saturday as well. He would go under the same category for me as Pascal Strauch. Don't need to risk him. We need all the players we can have available for this run of games. As we know, Christmas is a very, very busy period for the lads. So we need all the players fit and ready. We can chop and change the starting 11, the squad, if needs be. So that's what I'd like to see done. Any little chance that he might be injured and might not make the game, well, don't risk him then. Leave him, off the squad list and don't have him in the team. Let him recover and all that kind of stuff, because the games come thick and fast, as we know at this time of year. So yeah, so Max Wober, I wouldn't risk either. Obviously, Gruev and Firpo both still injury hit and injured. So with that in mind, my starting 11 would be Meslier in goal. Left back, I would put Mr. Isaac Schmidt for a first start. I think that would be, since he came from St. Gallen in Switzerland. Right back, Sam Byram. I think the centre back spots would have to be Joe Rodon, and in that case, Mr. Captain Ethan Ampadu, I think, would have his first start since his return from injury. Then we'd have Tanaka and Rothwell in the middle. On the left side, I'd probably go with. See, this is an interesting one, is it keeps chopping and changing the wingers. Dan James, from what I read, was largely ineffective, but he did get an assist of sort for the own goal that led to the ball in that led to the equaliser on Saturday. I think James has to start, doesn't he, down that right hand side. I think the left side is potentially up for debate. You'd probably go with Nonto, although I think he hasn't really showed too much over the last few games. But I'd probably go with Nonto. And then you've got Aronson. Aronson's another question mark, and it's a position in the January window where I think we need to strengthen in. Obviously, is the 10. I think a striker is needed as well. But he'll probably go with Brendan, won't he, in the 10, and probably old Perot up front, as largely ineffective as he was, and he is generally from the start. But yeah, again, like I said, that just highlights the need for a striker, particularly with the reports of Patrick Bamford, on his way. I mean, rumours around Leeds will return for the month of January. And probably the lead up if I see any rumours that catch my eye between now and the new year. So let's wait and see what happens there. But yeah, Patrick Bamford potentially on his way out of Leeds in the next month. So let's wait and see. But it does highlights the need for a striker for me. So let's wait and see what happens with Leeds. Obviously, it's a home game. We don't lose many at home. We haven't lost since August, is it? Where Burnley came to Elland Road and won. That is the only team to win at Elland Road this season. We do look a completely different side at home as opposed to away from home. So it's a home game. I don't think there's anything really to worry about in this game, to be absolutely honest. And let's look at the reason why we don't potentially have to worry. Although it is football, anything can happen. But I think the sort of even the most sort of avid Oxford United fan would concede that this game is probably beyond them. Although football works in funny ways, Oxford United obviously sacked their manager Des Buckingham after last Saturday's 3-1 home defeat to Sheffield Wednesday. They did lead in that game, but they ended up losing by 3-1. It spelled the end of a 13-month spell, just over a year there in Oxford for Des Buckingham, who had come from India. I think he was managing in India, wasn't he? And he's managed in Australia and New Zealand as well. Very interesting managerial career. They're still fairly young for a manager, isn't he, as well? So he's got plenty of time, but this just became a little bit too much for them, and you can see why. Really, only one win in the last 15 games. The last five have, I think, well, they've not won in six. They've only one win in 10, and if you feel further back, only one win in 15. So they're on a horrendous run of form. That only win in those 15 games came against rock bottom Hull City at the Kassam Stadium. So yeah, it was a 1-0 win on bonfire night, wasn't it? So yeah, they don't win many. Like I said, six straight games without a win. They have got a game in hand on a lot of teams around them. Their game with Plymouth away at Plymouth was postponed a few weeks ago due to adverse weather. So they do have a game in hand, and they'll probably need that because they do sit just a point above the relegation zone in 20th position. Obviously, 22nd position is the first relegation zone place. Portsmouth currently hold that position just a point above is Oxford United in 20th position on 18 points. They did start quite well and sort of surprised many. I think they surprised me definitely with the way that they start the season. Seemed to acclimatise quite well, but I think it was bouncing off momentum and promotion from League One. Obviously won the playoff final last season. So they were obviously building, bouncing up off momentum. That momentum seems to have stored, like I said, one win in 15 games. It is very difficult to make a case for Oxford and see how they win this game. They are no away wins all season. So, yeah, I think they've only got 2 points in all the games away from home this season. So they're struggling away like we are struggling. Not quite as bad, but they are struggling away from home. Sorry, we're not as bad as they are form-wise away from home. No wins at all for Oxford. So, yeah, they await that. And to be honest, I don't think they'll get it at Elland Road. Obviously, it looks an enormous task for them to be quite perfectly honest. To go to Elland Road and win, it would be some result for them, but it's very hard to see how they would do that. It's looking like Gary Rowett is going to be the manager. He's the bookies' favourite and looks like it's all set to be done. I think it's Ed Waldron, isn't it? The young director of football there seems to be tying up the deal there and getting it done. Gary Rowett would be a good signing as a manager for them. And I don't know whether he'd be in the dugout in time for Saturday, but who knows at this stage. But Gary Rowett, yeah, it's a good championship manager if you're looking to stay in the league. Potential, can get them to sort of mid-table safety potentially, but let's wait and see because the squad is very, very lacking in quality. It's like lower league journeymen and championship journeymen. It's not a great roster of players, really. It's not a great squad of players, to be fair. There are one or two that potentially can cause us issue. I know Matt Phillips, ex-West Bromwich Albion, he's there. He could on his day be a threat. Mark Harris, who broke into the Welsh side at the start of the season, really started on fire. But like Oxford, his season has really curtailed now. And he's no goal in 16 championship outings. So and then there's Dane Scarlett on loan from Spurs as well. He's got 4 goals this season as well. But again, I don't think he's, well, 4 goals. It's, we're hitting nearly midway in the season now, so that just tells you they are struggling a little bit for goals. They don't score that many, and I think Leeds really, from our point of view now, we really need to go and take them to the cleaners and wipe the floor with them, actually, I think. But Daniel Farke doesn't really like to see his team score too many goals. I think 3 is generally the most we get at home. And I think, yeah, 2 or 3, they'll win comfortably, I think, but I think it'll be probably not as comfortable on the scoreline as some people might like to see, but it might be, you know what I mean? But having known what we're like this season, we don't seem to score that many goals. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments there below. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to. Any Oxford United fans as well, everybody's welcome in this channel. Are you going to go on Saturday? Are you heading to Leeds Saturday afternoon? How do you see the game going? And also, what are your thoughts on the potential managerial appointment of Gary Rowett? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. Marching on together. I'll see you on the next one.